Mimi, I am for the opinion that we hit the streets tomorrow, Hanifa. There's honestly no reason for us to continue holding back. We've given them enough time. Somebody said it's been a whole year since last year, June, of us waiting for accountability. We've been waiting for this government to deliver justice for our fellow comrades who were killed last year. But not even one comrade has been patiwa justice yenye ana deserve. We said that it's gonna take one person. It's gonna take one person to spark this revolution. I am hoping that Albert Ojwang is that one person. I am really hoping, Hanifa, because we cannot continue giving them time.
Huyo Kevin ni nani? Ako Kamkunji.
Kevin ako Kamkunji, pia alitolewa Kisii akaletwa Nairobi DCI, then akapelekwa Kamkunji. Kevin was arrested with Albert over the same issue allegedly, I guess. Kevin alitolewa Kisii,
so Albert akapelekwa on
Thursday. Amekaa ndani hiyo time yote.
So anapelekwa koti kesho.
Yeah, we hope atapelekwa kesho. Juu kumekuwa na holiday.
And the other guy, sorry, anaitwa
Moinde ndio Kevin.
Oh yeah. So Tibet said that atakuwa koti. We also have Rex inquest going on kesho.
Yeah.
So I think we can divide as other people start with the street. Wengine tu tunaweza ingia kotini and then proceed to the. Sasa ubaya unajua tuko hapa loudly and we don't know how they're going to go after us.
Let me tell you one thing, Hanifa. Tulikuwa na wewe maandamano last time. These people, if we come out in numbers, we are definitely going to defeat them. They can't divide themselves. Wengine mtokea kotini. Kama unatoka saidi ya Kibira, wewe ingia kama umeingia kotini. Mimi nikitoka saidi ya Utawala, niingia kama nimeenda either Milimani, whatever comes first. Please speak up for everyone. Stand up for everyone. Hii mauaji imekuwa nyingi. Wazazi wanashangaa what's happening. And why is the government not ready to choke on their bad things? They are out here finishing us. So, kesho mtokea kotini ya Kevin. Kesho inquest ya Rex itakuwa. Kesho kutakuwa na maandamano. Because if we don't do it now, tuna postpone nini? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Asante.
Yes, Hanifa, I'm just pissed off.
You can be as brief as possible. Thank you. I'm sorry. Let's Amalizia, and then I think he has a problem with the mic.
Yes, and if I'm getting you loud and clear, it's so sad for a parent to lose a son on a broad daylight. So what we do, let us just organize for protest tomorrow, because if we go silent, they will come for us. What we do, let us just show up in solidarity. We march forward so that they don't mistake our silence for weakness. It's so sad to lose a comrade and one of us in this struggle. Thank you, Hanifa.
Thank you, teacher. Asante. You can continue, Nani. K.
Okay, yes. From this story in the morning, this thing has been so fucking fishy because there is no way we can continue to just take their words lightly. These guys keep on pushing back. They keep on saying Kenyans, wamenyamaza sana. We have been silent for too fucking long. Someone goes missing, we do a hashtag. I mean, we will come to as much as we can, but we have not been to the streets. They have seen these people are not going to go back. We are going to go back for sure because there's no fucking way you're going to continue doing that. But then you see, as we also go, other than the marching part, let's look at other key factors. Let's look at medics. How are we going to organize medics? God forbid someone gets injured, someone gets hurt. Let's look at lawyers. How are we going to organize for lawyers? Like last time, there was so much coordination in terms of the last protests because it came from so many places and so many views, because that statement was not making sense. Medically speaking, you cannot hit your head. You cannot want to hit your head. This is something that now we have taken too lightly for far too long. They cannot keep on to baby keep fala anymore. We have taken it far too long. So I really do believe that we should also plan in those other sectors. Let's look at our lawyers. Let's look at our medics. Let's look at our 1, 2, 3 points. How do we meet? What are the meeting points? Is there a way of us to communicate? What are our routes? If there's anything in that sort, we can also organize in that sense. But otherwise, that nigga needs to go.
Thank you. Stories za meeting point I think ilishanga kitambo juu walikuwa wanatupata mali they corner us. So every time there's a protest tunatokea tu, you see, tunatokea. So for us hakunanga mali centralized, people sit down and decide on something. It has to be collectives kama sai. That's why deciding these things saa zingine inakwanga ngumu juu ukisema we meet at a place mahali watatukona. Like the first protest, that's how I got arrested during the first protest. So tukisema maandamano ni kesho, we know where nona, we know where, and then tunatokea. Thank you. I'll give the mic to Mudhoni. Mudhoni, if you can be as brief as possible. Sorry, I'm adding more speakers as we speak. Asante. Mudhoni, unanisikia?
Yes, Hanifa, I can hear you clearly. Thank you for the space. Mimi, I am for the opinion that we hit the streets tomorrow, Hanifa. There's honestly no reason for us to continue holding back. We've given them enough time. Somebody said it's been a whole year since last year, June, of us waiting for accountability. We've been waiting for this government to deliver justice for our fellow comrades who were killed last year. But not even one comrade has been amepatiwa justice yenye ana deserve. So right now we might want to go through all the due processes, all the legal procedures. But when has this government ever considered the legal procedures? When has this government ever put into consideration court orders? So the more we give them time, the more sisi wenyewe pia wanaona these ones are not serious. This is their day-to-day thing. They wake up today, they tweet about it, they are angry, and then after 24 hours, the anger has simmered down. No, that's what they are used to. And that's the same thing they're expecting of us right now. So no, it cannot be business as usual. We said that it's going to take one person. It's going to take one person to spark this revolution. I am hoping that Albert Ojwang is that one person. I am really hoping, Hanifa, because we cannot continue giving them time. So we need a 3-day notice to go to the streets. So we give them until Thursday for them to come up with more psyops zenye watatu destabilize nazo. By the time Thursday inafika, I assure you there's going to be a couple of things zenye we are dealing with. It's going to be court cases. It's going to be another comrade has been kidnapped, abducted. It's going to be somebody else amekuwa hurt by, there's going to be a lot of things. And this is what they anticipate. So we cannot give them more time to come up with this. They should not wait for it. If we look at the countries that have actually had a successful revolution, they didn't plan it. They didn't sit down and say, on Tuesday we go to the streets, on Wednesday we take a rest, on Thursday we go back to the streets. No. They went to the streets and they did not leave the streets until justice was served. So that is the same thing. That is the same operation, modus of operation that we should be using. Because here ati tunaenda streets leo and then jioni ikifika tunachukua magari tunaenda nyumbani. What has been achieved? No, they need to see that this is real. And yes, we will stand with the family. We will always be there in solidarity with the families of the victims. That is never in question. But the other reason yenye wanaona, this can continue happening. SHA is not working. In a working system, we shouldn't have to demand for these things. We shouldn't have to demand for the post-mortem to be a transparent one. We shouldn't have to demand that the family pathologist is included in this. No, it should be clear as day. But this is the route we are now going to take. Why do we have to let ourselves? For how long are we going to let them take advantage of us? We cannot let this continue happening, Hanifa. They know we are too laid back. They have seen that of us. And we need to show them who we are. We need to show them how angry we are as a generation, as a country. Sudi the other day amedonate vitu za 145 million. Tunaona hizi vitu zinarudishwa kwa the manufacturers. So these are it's a government of sideshows. Ni government ya vipindi. And the more we continue letting them run their shows on us, the more they take advantage of us. So as early as tomorrow, we should be on the streets. This system organization comes with time. When it comes to lawyers playing their part, they do that. Last year, we didn't have to ask LSK to step in. They stepped in because they saw it's necessary. We didn't have to beg for the medical organizations to come in. No, they did that because it was necessary. They also realized they were fighting for the cause of humanity. So can we allow people to play their part because they realize it's time to play our part in this? So when we go to the streets, na mtu ameumia, then we don't need that. The medics will come through. They know that is what they are supposed to do. The lawyers will come into play. They know that is their part. So let us all play our parts and let us not let this government continue taking advantage of us. I'm sorry, I'm so angry. I have a lot to say. But again, thank you for the space and thank you for the opportunity, Hanifa.
Asante. Thank you, Muthoni, for the lovely words. I'll move over to... Okay, nani amekaa sana? Okay, Laban, if you can be as brief as possible, kindly. Okay, ametoka tena. Detective, unanisikia? Gabriel.
Yes.
Okay, Gabriel,
Yes,
if you can be as brief as possible, thank you.
Yeah, I can be brief as possible so that we can allow other speakers to speak. So for today, I'm very disappointed and very sad to see the parents crying. And I tell you guys that nobody is safe in our country. For me, I'm not scared of anything. If they come for me any day, I'm not scared by fighting our rights. So guys, mine is just brief. So let's tutoke kesho, and we stand for our people. So I'm very emotional. Let me just hold that particular point and to pave the way for the other speakers to continue.
Asante. Thank you. So for those who are joining again, we've been here discussing on when we can have the protest, and many people and everyone who has spoken suggested tomorrow. I'll move over to Wanjiru. Wanjiru, if you can be as brief as possible, thank you. Wanjiru, are you there?
Oh yes, I'm here. Thank you. I think when I come to the topic on when the protest should be, I mean, they should be very, very soon. Let me just get away from the noise. I think now you can hear me. Um, I'm okay. Someone is speaking. I'm thinking of when the protest should be, and the protest should have started even today, because of the killing of Albert. That killing of Albert reminded me of, those dark days where June 25, we are in the month of June to start with. So that killing of Albert has taken me back in those days in June 22, where Alex Masai was killed on the streets. I think the protest should have started or should start as soon as today. And the finance bill also coming and being on the way, I think it's something we shouldn't take it for granted. I hope you guys are having a memorial for June 25, because Lex Masai, Denzel, a lot of Eliki and Shieni, they all died. I hope we have something to remember them, to commemorate the day. June 25, I think. No, it's Ngapi Samba. June 25 is in a few days, like maybe more likely 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. How are we going to remember them? How are we going to remember them? It's a month since they died, and we are still on the same struggle of Ruto must go, reject finance bill, reject this, Aturi must go. But are we even sure that next Masai akiwa mbinguni anatuangalia anasema, why did I die? Denzel akiwa ametupwa in the dam, very cold, anauliza, why did I have to die? If you guys never really took over the country, never really told Ruto off, never really punished our killers, So the protest for me should be very, very soon and should be happening. We should start. I mean, I was thinking if we would have started 25 days towards June 25, but life happens. But we should really start thinking about finance bill, because these MPs, sahizi wameanza empowerment, with the empowerment, that means that wameanza kupeana bodaboda, sijui sherehani, sijui nini, to make sure watu kwa ground wako za, lakini wanafanya kazi, but behind the news or behind everything else, watapitisha the finance bill that will literally kill each and every person. So I hope we actually do a very good planning on the protest. We actually do a very massive planning on this, because we need to actually first make sure Ruto goes, because Ruto akienda tuache maswali za who will come next, but Wanjiru, who will come next? I think the next person who is going to come, we will have set the standard of how we want us to be led. We'll have set the standard of how we want our nation to be. So even if atakuja mtu mwenye nobody even expects, but that person have the standard of how anaweza tolewa anytime soon by the Gen Z or by the nation, you know. So I think when the protest should be very soon, I'm also hoping to even listen from the others so that we can actually think about it. Thank you, Hanifa.
Asante. I'll move over to Charlotte if you can be as brief as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible enough. I think this is an amazing platform. And first of all, Kenyans, I wish kungekuwa na a loud megaphone to just clap for each and every single Kenyan out here. Ningewapigia makofi for real. But I just want to say this, even as our previous speaker has just echoed that maybe we don't care about who comes next. I think we should care who comes next, because the goal isn't just removing Ruto and going. The goal is who is coming, who is becoming a great leader and man of integrity. Haifai just kukua, okay, tumemtoa, then what else? What else can we do? Because this goes beyond the national level. It also goes to the grassroots. Who are we putting? MCAs who have integrity? Are we putting MPs? Are we putting our governors? All those people. Of course, the goal is that to say, as we say Ruto must go, yes, that is our goal, but what about the others? Because now that means that every one of us in this space has a mandate to say, I want change in this country. And I'm so proud of us, guys. Very, very proud of Kenyans. Oh my gosh, Kenya is ours. Kenya is for everyone. Everyone has a mandate to speak on Kenyans. And it starts with the simplest thing of me at home, kwa nyumba yenyu, with my gogo, with my shosho, saying, ile kabila ni mbaya, hi kabila ni mbaya. It's so minute things that actually bring change into this country. When we change those narratives, and I'm super proud that now we are changing the idea of protest. Kitambo ulikuwa nafikirianga ni a certain social class that only goes to the streets, but now it's every single person. And former Chief Justice Maraga has a saying that usually says, the middle class, the professionalism, the people who are in work, as who to fail, because they think, or we think, that we are not supposed to go to the street, we're not supposed to shout, we're not supposed to say that is injustice. And as a Christian who truly believes in the word of the Lord, I truly believe that Jesus spoke on injustices. So it is not on our side to keep quiet and shut up and say we will not speak on these things, but we will speak for every single Kenyans. And I mean, we're not only speaking on Kenya alone, but even the whole Jumuiya of East Africa as well. We are trying to put our voices up, because sisi wenyewe tunaongelea wengine, because we all of us here know what those other countries look like, and we are not only fighting for us. So mine is just to tell Kenyans, even if you are unable maybe to go to the street, maybe you're in Nairobi, or you're in a different county, maybe you're in Turkana, maybe you're in a different anywhere else in the country, what are you actively doing in your home, in your space, in your marriage, in your household? If someone is speaking of ile kabila ni wabaya, what am I saying to that? Should I just keep quiet? Mtu akiongea vibaya kwa matatu, now if you want to throw someone else because they don't have an extra amount of money, am I saying something? It starts with such things. They look very minute, but they actually build up to our Kenya that we really, really want to create, and we are creating. And I'm so proud of us Kenyans. I really, really am. I think as soon as we say Mandamano Lino, we should just be like, when, right? See, kuna ma if, just tell us when it is going. Something that I'd also like to say, and if as I finish up your query, is the fact that let us be aware, so that we are not being used by the other fake opposition, because we are now the opposition. The other ones are fake, whose personal agenda imeshikwa, and they come lying to us that they are really interested about this country. But it's just a bunch of old people who have been in the government, who have systematically oppressed us in so many ways, and have the audacity to come back and say that sisi tunaongelelea, which is a crime for real. It should be a crime. I wish watu wangekuwa na commit crime na Mungu anakuandikia mbele ya uso yako. So guys, I'm very proud of us. Hanifa, just tell us when, but let us also be aware that there's some people who want to take advantage of this amazing upscale that the country is going to. Na wako radio hata wako kwa space, nimewaona wale wenye wako ile side ingine, nimewaona vizuri sana. We are one, and that is the only thing that matters. We are one Kenya, na Kenya requires every single one of us. Mabonga, good job on what you're doing, going across the country. Shakira has been doing a memorial for the fallen soldiers that died last year, who have going with Nyamisa and Hanifa. Oh my gosh, I am so proud of us as Kenyans. I truly am. And even as
thank you. Asante.
Sorry. Okay, sawa. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you for all that you do too, Charlotte. Asante sana.
Thank you.